Welcome to Daily Tax Minute. This is Tony Novak here to share a few points on how to stay out of tax trouble. Today's topic is alimony versus child support, and we're just going to touch on the highlighted issues. But before I do that, let me point out that I'm using a new technology platform. If you follow this podcast, you know that I've struggled quite a bit with moving from a rural to a city studio and different streaming platforms. So this is the new platform, and I think I'm satisfied with everything except the eyeglass glare. So for the time being, that's the way it is. All right, let's talk about alimony versus child support. And we need to further separate the discussion into state versus federal issues. So the traditional approach was that child support is not taxable and is not a tax issue either under federal or state issues. Spousal support or alimony is a different story. The tax treatment changed in the tax law passed in 2018, so the tax treatment of that for federal and sometimes for state flip-flopped. And so we need to consider when the order was placed and what the tax treatment is. We're not going to get into the details. If you have a support order, you ought to be clear, and if not, you ought to discuss it with a tax professional, just so that you are clear on the tax treatment of that. Here's the point I wanted to make, though, in this broadcast. These orders, child support orders, spousal support, alimony, are ordered in state court. The IRS doesn't necessarily follow state court orders. They make their own determination. And this comes up again and again in tax practice, where you're holding an order that says, IRS, this is child support. The judge said this is child support, and IRS says, that's spousal support. I just handled a case today where it could be the opposite. The state considered it spousal support, and yet there's good circumstantial evidence that all or some of it was child support. In this particular case, it's been so long that the legal documentation and evidence of that may be long lost. But the point is that we need to consider that federal IRS treatment is different than state treatment. And let me add that in state tax purposes, we would presume that the state Department of Revenue would follow the court orders issued in that state. So we shouldn't have that type of discrepancy. It's just a matter of getting the right documentation. All right, that's enough on that topic. Thanks for watching. I would welcome your feedback. The taxproblems.cpa is my website, has my phone number, email address, and a click to schedule a call. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Tax Minute.